हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्णा। श्री श्री राधा माधव अष्ट सखी की जय। पंचतत्व भगवान की जय। श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रमयी सुदर्शन की जय। Hare Krishna. Thank you all, especially the Japa leads who come and perform their services on behalf of our leader. I'm thanking everyone, and we move on to the next part of the morning program, which is the short Srimad Bhagavatam class. So let's start begin with a very short kirtan and move to the discussion. Jai Radha Madhava कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीरावनचारी जमुना तीरावनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जयो गांधर्विक गिरिधारी गौर हरि जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो अनंत देव लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो अनंत देव नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल। श्री राधा माधव अष्ट सखी की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Today we are actually in second canto, chapter 5, titled The Cause of All Causes, and we are going to discuss the sixth verse. Let's read the verse and the purport, translation purport. It's a very small one. नाहं वेद परं हि अस्मिन् ना परं ना समं विभो नाम रूप गुणर्भाव्यं सद् असत् किंचित् अन्यतः नाहं वेद परं यस्मिन् न परं न समं विभो न रूप गुणर्भाव्यं सदसत् किंचित् अन्यतः। uh, Word meaning and translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: whatever we can understand by the nomenclature, characteristics, and features of a particular thing, superior, inferior, or equal, eternal, or temporary, is not created from any source other than that of your Lordship, though so great. Let's read the translation. The manifested world is full of varieties of created beings in 84 lakh species of life, and some of them are superior and inferior to others. In human society, the human being is considered to be superior living being, and amongst the human beings, there are so also different varieties, good, bad, and equal, etc. But Narada Muni took for granted that none of them has any source of generation besides his father Brahmaji. Therefore, he wanted to know all about them from Lord Brahma. It's a small, short purport. Let me tell my prayers and then start the verse. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Dhyananjara Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dhinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We'll read the words again. Naham Veda Param Yasmin, Na Param Na Samam Vibho, Na Nama Rupa Gunar Bhavyam Sadasat Kinchid Anyatha. So, whatever we can understand by the nomenclature, characteristics, and features of a particular thing, superior, inferior, equal, or temporary, is not created by any other source other than that of the Lordship, thou so great. So, before I even start, I seek special blessings from all the people assembled here because the subject is creation, cause of all causes, a little difficult, interesting, little difficult subject. Yes, definitely I don't have the qualification to share the points on Srimad Bhagavatam. However, this seva is given by our leader, Grace Mathuramati Prabhu, and seems like everybody is enjoying it. So, because it's a wonderful, important seva, so I shall also make a humble attempt. And hopefully, all the points which we'll discuss today is going to be in the line of parampara, and all the Vaishnavas present here are pleased, and Guru Gauranga is also pleased. And hopefully, by doing this, I shall be purified. So, we all have been hearing such wonderful, inputs. We saw amazing PPT by Mayur Prabhu also. So the first few, verses were all just from this topic were all about Narada Muni asking sick questions, wanted to know the answer of all of them. So he wanted to know the source of the knowledge. Okay, as he's seen his father, Lord Brahma, who is called Veda Garbha or Vedantist from the embryo, right? He's been asking him all that. And he's asking all these questions. How? It says in the last few verses, inquisitive student must approach the qualified spiritual master to receive transcendent knowledge by surrender, submissive inquiry, and service. The very right thing, right? Tatvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So everywhere he has to do the seva and doing. So how very nicely at every stage, all these questions by any sage is actually in conformity with what the Supreme Lord is asking all of us to do, right? So, and though the questions are all assuming that Brahmaji is the Supreme, if you see Prabhupada purport, very nicely in almost all the verses, he says, genuine inquiry, one may find the ultimate cause. And then, because Brahma is the firstborn, he is supposed to know everything. And he says, therefore, no one is independent in the matter of any creation, nor is such creation automatic. So, though the questions in the purport, Prabhupada is already giving us a hint, and anybody reading Prabhupada purport will know everything. So that way we understand knowledge is not something which we know by chance, or immediately something knowledge through some flash of light comes into your head and it just that person becomes realized soul. No, it comes by a revelation of the Guru, right? Or by the blessings of the that is spiritual master and Guru Gauranga, that is from the Lord itself, right? Then that is why, right, even before we start the class, we says Om Ajnanatimirandasya. From the darkest of ignorance you brought me out. So we say Mangalacharan. So in this way, this verse we can understand what is it saying. how can we understand Lord's name, characters, features, and particular thing, superior or inferior, right? So who can understand these things? Only a devotee can understand, right? What kind of a devotee? Only a pure devotee, not those devotees who are puffed up, right? Very, very difficult. If even if a slightest of the pride is there in the devotee. So I thought today I was hearing certain classes, and I was very happy after hearing Chaitanya Leela. One such incident we'll discuss, and then we'll come to this verse. So this is in the Ante Leela, where in a way it's called a Leela, right? Because Gadadhar Pandit and now Vallabha Bhatta, Vallabha Acharya, right? So you all know that Vallabha Bhatta was a great Pandita. He was an author. He was writing poems. He was writing purports, so many things. Again, the problem is with all the educated people, the knowledge gives them a little pride. He was no exception. So, as I said, devotee must not have a pride. We all know that the third verse of Shrishtastakam says Trinadapi Sunichana. Entire thing is about humility. But this person had this. I am a devotee. Sometimes tend to get it lightly initiated devotee, chanting 16 rounds, following four regulative principles. I have read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. I am above all this. We tend to, I'm all along, wherever I'm talking about myself. So the next moment, what happens? You will definitely fall down. Or even you while trying to sing a song also, if you're proud, you will forget the next verse, right? So false pride, expecting puja, labha, pratishtha, all that will lead to fall down. Now, Vallabha Bhatta had come to Jagannath Puri, and he wanted to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he wanted to share, saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I have written commentary on Bhagavatam. Mahaprabhu was like, who are you to write commentary on Bhagavatam? He was just not wanting to listen to him, absolutely avoiding him, not ready to even allow him closer to him. So Vallabha Bhatta kept on trying this for a few days, shared then he said, okay, forget Srimad Bhagavatam, at least on Namamrita, Nama Chintamani, or, on Nama I have written, Harinam I have written. Please, again, desperately wanted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to hear it. Why? Deep down, he wanted Mahaprabhu to praise him. Oh, very good. And he would in the assembled audience of Mahaprabhu's Parshad, he will be known. Oh, I'm a Pandita. So that somehow Mahaprabhu knew. Very simple, right? Mahaprabhu knows everything, right? He refused and told him he does. And when he tried to tell him, I have written about Harinam, Mahaprabhu used to say, Are, I don't know anybody. I only know two names. I don't know about holy name. I know only two names, Nandanandana and Shamasundara. That is Shamasundara, Vrindavan Krishna, and Nandanandana is Nanda Maharaj's son. These are the only two names. Even if you tell me, I cannot understand. Who is saying? Mahaprabhu is saying, right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew he was filled with pride. Okay. And with all these ideas, sometimes, especially Vallabha Bhatta wanted to feel recognized in front of others, right? Sometimes we tend to feel good if our leader praises us. Like in front of everybody, he praised me. So that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew. Why? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there in all of us hearts, right? As Paramatma. So Mahaprabhu rejected him. When Mahaprabhu rejected him, all the other devotees around him also slowly started distancing him. Naturally, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu feels that he doesn't have any qualification, or he doesn't want to hear him, or want to hear the purports, all others also started distancing. Nobody wanted to hear whether it is a Srimad Bhagavatam purport or Harinam purport. He was feeling very humiliated. He started moving to somebody because his mind, his heart is still desire is just simple. Somebody should praise him. So he got Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit comparatively was much, much younger as compared to Vallabha Bhattacharya. So he was again a very compassionate person. Everybody distancing him from himself. So he said, let me go and approach Gadadhar Pandit. Now tell me, Gadadhar Pandit was put into a very, very small fix, right? And he was like, Vallabha Acharya is a Vallabha, Sampradaya Acharya, very senior. Somehow he was feeling he couldn't totally, humiliate him by saying, I don't want to. Now, what happened? Somehow or the other, he felt that, and he knows that if he starts hearing, Mahaprabhu himself said, I should not hear, how can he do? So, what he did, he was in a small, what can I say, more compassionate mode. So, he said, look, I will accept you, but pardon me, I won't hear anything from you. Now, this was even more upsetting to Vallabha Bhattacharya. So, how to, he's accepting me, but he's distancing. He's saying, I will not hear from you. So, this was going on. And Vallabha Bhatta was entire, like I told you all, Prabhuji and Mataji's, his entire mission was somebody should praise him after hearing his purports. Now, again, he tried to associate with Advaita Acharya. Now, Advaita Acharya, I mean, we are talking about who? I mean, he himself is a combination of Mahavishnu, right? Mahavishnu himself, he was very smart. He said, like, I'll come to you, and he started using this logic. Look, I mean, he only Lord is the Purusha, right? I mean, he said, he used to Vallabha Bhatta's our logic is trying to tell to Advaita Acharya. So we are all, if one person is Purusha, we are all Stri, right? Prakriti, or we are all his wives. How can a Pativriti, that is our wife, can take a name of the husband? You know, wives should not take the single name of the husband, right? So how can you take loudly chant the holy name of the from the mouth? You know, that doesn't mean aren't they doing aparad? So this was the logic he was trying to, right? So he somehow wanted to catch some philosophy and try and establish that he's a pandita and those kind of things. So then Advaita Acharya very beautifully said, look, Mahaprabhu is also in the same room. You please ask him. Okay. By then, Mahaprabhu knew that these, it is getting too much. Vallabha Bhatta is trying too much. He wanted to somehow teach him a lesson, right? So Mahaprabhu said, look, he went into his own argument. He said, actually, who is called a Prativrata? He says only those wife who completely follow the instructions of the Pati is called a Pativrata. Means completely following the instructions, completely surrendering to the husband. Only they are called, right? And following in his footsteps. Yes, he says yes, I agree. Then he said. Now, the Krishna himself says that Satata Kirtanto Mam, all in all the places, if you see, it says you keep on continuous 24 bar 7, keep telling my name, yeah, keep chanting, always think of me, come back to me. Those kind of quotes he said, and he said, now, if a wife follows what the husband is saying, they are the actual Pativrata, right? You know, so this actually totally humiliated, insulted Vallabha Bhatta. Because I'll tell you, because at that point he was also trying to prove Sridhar Swami was wrong in many purports. Now, Sridhar Swami is somebody who you all know, right? Prabhupada also quotes the purports many places. He says, as according to Sridhar Swami. Now, Sridhar Swami was in the stage of a guru. Mahaprabhu had kept him at that stage. Now, at this time, when he chastised it, he thought he will take Vallabha Bhatta and give him all chastisement directly and gave him a lot of arguments in his own, logic, and then defeated him. After that only, and he said, you go and meet our devotees who understand these verses. That is when he understood that Vallabha Bhatta understood that, all this chastisement, all this, distancing, rejecting him, keeping him away is all actually a special mercy of the Lord, right? Whether Lord ignores, whether Lord chastises, whether Lord rejects him, it's still a form of showering the mercy on him. Of course, he understood. By then, what happened? Even Mahaprabhu distances himself from Gadadhar Pandit also. Because why? Gadadhar Pandit had actually accepted him in a way. So, and of course, much later, Gadadhar Pandit knew that everything was was wonderful. Even the ignorance he was feeling the distance, he was enjoying the viraha, bhava and other things. He always knew Mahaprabhu was going to accept him one day. Then, of course, much later, all devotees' mercy and Mahaprabhu's mercy, he was also accepted. The point is that Vallabha Bhatta understood, look, actually, he was educated. Like I said, now he was well versed with Shastras. He understood, look, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how as Krishna, what happened to Indra when Indra was having a lot of pride, right? How did Krishna handle that? Krishna did not reject Indra, though such a huge mistake he had made when he came in, catching hold of taking shelter of Surabhi, he just crushed the pride of Krishna and told him, you continue your services, right? Which means he did not reject him. What did he reject? He rejected the pride in him. So Krishna never distances himself from devotees. He always teaches a lesson. So this is what Vallabha Bhattacharya understood and said he was considered himself as lucky, right? Because why he was considered him as lucky? He was corrected by that very same Krishna who corrected Hindra. And now the same Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has removed my pride. That is the way he responded to that. That's why I said in the beginning, any of the leelas of the Lord, or even sometimes the pure devotees, can be understood only by a devotee. Otherwise, it might seem why is Mahaprabhu distancing himself or he insulting? That was not the idea. He did that for his own good because there was pride, and Mahaprabhu identified it at the very beginning that this is not good. Though his purports were good, he said, because you have the pride, you will never be able to. That's why you're using these kind of logics, right? We can even extend this to Krishna's dealings with maybe Rukmini and Satyabhama, right? If you see Rukmini, he was always in a way teasing, sometimes cajoling, sometimes teasing, sometimes which Rukmini could not handle, right? Whereas it was not the similar with Satyabhama. Satyabhama used to fight, like, or maybe I can quote all of us, our Matajis will not agree. They will argue, they will with the Prabhujis and then get their things right. Whereas Rukmini was totally different. Sometime he used to go and tell Rukmini, then why did you marry me? There were so many Shishupala, Dantavakra, so many great warriors. They were all there. So why did you choose me over them? And he had even once told, actually, you know what? Even now, it's not too late. If you want, you can go ahead and marry. Imagine if something like that happens in the current generation. I don't know how many people will just walk away. But Rukmini fainted, but she could not hear something like that. And then after that, very playfully, he used to say, "Oh, I was, whatever, teasing her." In the sense, that's the way acharyas have explained. So she could not take. She fainted. Okay, but that aspect. Krishna used to enjoy it. Again, the point is, Lord is playful. With whom? With his pure devotees. Okay, to some extent, we can even see reciprocations in a maybe sadhaka level also, right? Because sometimes a devotee who is, I won't call it a pure devotee, is trying to understand that small successes he had, he will be very, very, understanding. He will know that this is all because of purely the only reason is Guru's mercy or Vaishnava's blessings or the Supreme Lord's blessing, right? Even recently, yesterday, His Grace Mathurapati Prabhu and myself were discussing. How come where we started in Yelahanka? Actually, those who know initially only understand that we tried somewhere else deep near Attur layout, and from there, Lord kicked us out, saying, "You are not good here." Somewhere else we went to Vivek Marble. From there, we came out to Jakur. From Jakur, somehow nice devotees. Thanks to all the wonderful devotees, we formed a good team there. And then now we are going to Kannur. So actually we were all laughing, saying that we are thinking we are doing something, but the Lord has got different plans, right? He will send us somewhere there that you're fool, you're not good here, you go here or you go and try here. So sometimes these things we cannot understand. We should not think that, oh, we are not successful, or the other way around. Oh, we are very successful here. Our strategy worked here. This strategy of mine didn't work. That's not the way we understand this, right? We need to be very, very clear that if ever anything happening is good, it is because of the mercy of Guru, and how much you have surrendered and you have accepted the instructions of our own forget Guru, even our seniors or the circle leader, and how we are actually trying to please him and the yatra leader, and that way trying to please the Supreme Guru and Param Guru and Supreme Lord. So here you can see that Narada Muni is praying to Brahma, right? Asking him that you are the source of everything, which is superior, inferior, or equal, eternal, or temporary. It's not created from any other source other than that of you, lordships, right? So, what did Brahma do? Like yesterday, I think Mayur Prabhu was saying, he immediately got angry and he also got he was happy. Angry because he was referring to him as the Supreme, and happy because he could get a chance to actually tell who's the Supreme or give the exact explanation. So, he did not say, Brahma did not say, yes, yes, I did the creation or took unnecessary credit. Acharyas never take credit, right? Never take unwanted credit. Sometimes we can tend to do when somebody is praising, oh, anyway, it's coming to me. Okay, okay, yes, I only did that. Keep quiet. We don't tell the truth because it's nice glorification. No, in fact, most of the time, if you see Krishna was giving the credit to Arjuna, that way, if you see Acharyas, no one take the credit. They always say everything is happened to the mercy of my Guru Maharaj, my superiors or my Gurujan. That is the way they always, at every point. Yesterday we heard His Holiness Bhakti Vinay Swami Maharaj from Dhaka when he had come. He said, I am not a doctor, I'm just a nurse. He was so emotional when he came to the fact that I am not telling all this due to my own. I'm, almost trying to say I'm nobody, just my Guru Maharaj's mercy and Srila Prabhupada's this one. We are all sitting here and enjoying all this. So clear in their understanding, in their consciousness. He said, practice Krishna consciousness very consciously. So even for a minute, we should not get carried away. We should be clear that the credit or whatever is happening is due to the mercy of previous acharyas, Guru Maharaj, spiritual master, and Prabhupada and others. So that way, here, Brahmaji was saying, Lord Brahma was saying, I got the knowledge from Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? Clearly he's saying, Aham sarvasya prabhaho mattar pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Which means, what is he saying? I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Krishna is clearly saying, everything emanates from me. And those, the wise, who know this perfectly and engage in iti matva bhajante mam, then Buddha Bhava Samanvita worships me with their hearts, they will understand. They will, they will know who is the Supreme. So, Krishna conscious person or a bhakta, when it comes into the association of devotees, he will come to know all the required knowledge about everything material, spiritual. In fact, he would know even matters relating to creation, who is responsible for creation. The beauty is that we need not go and search for. Mayur Prabhu was saying we need to do research. The scientists will do research. Here, we don't need to do research. Why? For a devotee, just being the association of devotees and following the orders of the spiritual master and the representatives, everything will be revived. Why? Simply, right? Because Lord says that Tesan Satata Yuktanam Bachanta Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogamta Upatyante. That means I shall give you, see how beautiful it is. No, Lord is saying you just be with the devotees, follow their instructions, and don't worry, don't have to research anything. I shall give you the knowledge. They don't have to go anywhere. How creation happened? Tesan evanukan partam. Aham ajnanatam jana. Then what is saying? Jnana deepena bhashyata. That means Srila Prabhupada translates this very nicely. He's saying, from where is it coming? From within the hearts. Lord takes responsibility of destroying even your darkness. See what all Lord does for us, right? He first is saying, I'll give you knowledge, I will give you everything, I'll help you. It's 40 and just few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, I'll finish it. He says, I will give you knowledge, I will remove all your darkness. And for us, just to take the 2 hours for us and tell His holy name, chant the holy name, it looks like an Herculean task. It's like as though we are lifting a JCB, and moved a mountain or something after 16 rounds. The happiness in which we hang the mala saying, Abba, I finished my 16 rounds. No, again, I'm talking about myself. So, to Lord is saying to show you all special mercy. I am dwelling in your heart, destroying the shining lamp of knowledge and taking you out of darkness of ignorance. So, one last incident, I'll close it. We all must have heard this, right? Many of the people had come to meet Srila Prabhupada, all Panditas, Tattvavadis, reporters, authors, they all impersonalists. Many were there. They were all talking. I think it was a Gurukul or nice lawn. And each one was saying, Lord doesn't have a form. He's a light, he's something. One says he doesn't have hands, legs. Prabhupada was very nicely hearing all of them, right? Common people, that's how they say, right? Because they don't have an understanding. They have not got in touch with Bhagavad Gita as it is. So Prabhupada heard them very nicely. He was laughing inside, saying that you're all seeming to be learned Pandits. Then he just turned that side and called the little girl. I think you all would have heard this. I think Saraswati, Sham Sundar Prabhu's daughter. He called her and said, "Come here." And he asked her, "Who's Supreme Personality? Who's Bhagavan, or who's the God?" or something like that he asked. And that girl came out nicely. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And she just trying to run away. That's all. She just came and she just said, Prabhupada called her again, and this famous big jar from there, took one gulab jamun, gave it to her, and said, then he told all of them, "Look, you are all learned, right? You're supposed to be Pandita." Then this small little girl knows everything. She's got the faith and the belief that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? And you guys don't have. And because Prahlad Maharaj says, Prasada Lesanugritam evam hi janati tattvatam. That is in 10th chapter. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, only by the anugraha of the Supreme Lord one can understand. He uses the word lesam. Even if you have a small portion, right? My dear Lord, your mercy, who has got little fragmented portion of your mercy, prasada, lesa, right? Anyone who's got that little portion of your mercy can know you, right? That's why Krishna also says, Janma karma chame divyam. Everything about me is divyam. You should understand. For those who understand it, they'll come back to me. So these things are known only to a devotee. I like to end by saying only a devotee understands all this, and normal people will keep on speculating, and they will never be able to understand Lord's form, Leela, and anything else. Of course, there are many other small points maybe others can point out. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. This was my little bit of
80%.
understanding. Everywhere I said we, I meant I. So Hare Krishna. If you have any questions, any comments to add, you can. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you very much for your explanation. Though the purport is small, you have nicely elaborated. So, Radha Mataji, are you ready? Or we'll go with the questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Just few lines I'd like to tell in Kannada Prabhu.
Okay.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ವ್ರಜನಾಥ್ ಪ್ರಭು, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ವ್ರಜನಾಥ್ ಪ್ರಭು ಅವರು 2.5.6 ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಸಿಮಿಲಿಯರ್ ನಾರದ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಗಳು ಏನು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅದೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಟಿ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠವಾದದ್ದು, ಕೀಳಾದದ್ದು, ಸಮವಾದದ್ದು, ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾದದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಅಶಾಶ್ವತವಾದದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಭಗವಂತನಿಂದಾನೇ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ನಾರದ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಗಳು ಏನಂತ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇದರ ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ನೋಡಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ವಿಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳುವಂತ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದ್ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಜನರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತದ್ದು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೂ ಇತರರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಸಹಾಯ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು. ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಗುರುಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇವರಿಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಲೆಜ್, ದಿವ್ಯವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನೋ ಬೆಳಗ್ ಬಂತು, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಂತು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪೋಹಗಳು. ಜ್ಞಾನ ಹೇಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಶರಣಾಗತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ದಿವ್ಯವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ತಿಮಿರಾಂಧಸ್ಯ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಆ ಮಂಗಳಾಚರಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ತಿಮಿರಾಂಧಸ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಅಂಧಕಾರನ್ನ ತೆಗೀರಿ ಗುರುಗಳೇ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ಈ ದಿವ್ಯವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯಾರಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ಭಕ್ತಗಳು, ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಡಿವೋಟೀಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಸಾಸಿವೆ ಕಾಳಷ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಇದ್ರು ಸಹ ನಾವು ಈ ಜ್ಞಾನನ ಪಡೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ವಲ್ಲಭ ಭಟ್ಟರ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿದೆ, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ವಲ್ಲಭ ಭಟ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ, ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು, ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಪೊಯೆಟ್ ಅವರು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ದಿವ್ಯವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಮಹಾಪ್ರಭುಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಾಗವತಂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಆ ಪರ್ಪಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಮಹಾಪ್ರಭುಗಳು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಾಗವತಂ ಬೇಡ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಹರಿನಾಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆದ್ರೂ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದಾಗ, ಬೇಡ ನನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದೇ ನಂದನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನಂಗೆ ಇದೆರಡು ಸಾಕು, ನಂಗೆ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಏನು ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಸರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗದಾಧರ್ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಗದಾಧರ್ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಡೈಲಮಾಲ್ ಬಿದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಭಕ್ತರ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಆಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಬೇಜಾರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದ್ವೈತ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಸಹ ಪಂಡಿತರೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾನ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನಿನ್ ಜೊತೆ, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇದು ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಾಗವತಂ ಇದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಏನು ಪರ್ಪಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೈಫ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಗಂಡ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪುರುಷ ಆದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಬಂದು ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಗಂಡನ ಹೆಸರು ತೆಗಿಬಾರ್ದಲ್ವಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಂತೆ, ಹೌದಾ ಸರಿ, ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಮಹಾಪ್ರಭುಗಳು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತನೇ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ ಏನಂತ, ಅವನ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸತತಂ ಕೀರ್ತನಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡು, ನನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಸು, ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೀರ್ತನೆ ಮಾಡು, ನನಗೆ ಶರಣಗತಿ ಆಗು ಅಂತ. ಯಾರು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪತಿವ್ರತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಗಂಡನ್ನ 100% ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಭಗವಂತ ಗಂಡನಾಗಿ ಈ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಹೆಂಡತಿಯಾಗಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಮ್ ಧರ್ಮ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಹೆಂಡತಿನಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಕೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಒನ್ ಫಾಲೋಸ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅವರೇ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಡಿವೋಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿನೇ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಂತರ ವಲ್ಲಭ ಭಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ನನ್ನ ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಅಹಂಕಾರನ ಮುರಿಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ, ಇದು ಇದು ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಮಹಾಪ್ರಭುಗಳ ಇದು ಮರ್ಸಿ ನನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೋವರ್ಧನ್ ಲೀಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂದ್ರನ ಅಹಂಕಾರನ ಮುರಿತಾರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಡಿಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಹಂಕಾರನ ಮುರಿದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಿನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಯನ ಇನ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗು ಅಂತ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿನೇ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಕ್ತರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಒಂದು ಭಗವಂತನ ಲೀಲೆಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಭಗವಂತ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವತ್ತು ಪ್ಲೇಫುಲ್ ಮೋಡಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ಈಗ ರುಕ್ಮಿಣಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೇಗ್ ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪ್ಲೇಫುಲ್ ಮೋಡಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ಸತಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಹೇಳಿದಂತ ಮಾತಿಗೆ ರುಕ್ಮಿಣಿ ಫೇಂಟ್ ಆಗಿನೂ ಬಿದೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಲೀಲೆಗಳದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸತ್ಯಭಾಮನ ಹತ್ರ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ರೀತಿ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಭಕ್ತರು ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಭಗವಂತನ ಒಂದು ಮೂಡ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸತಿ ನಮಗೂ ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಾಧಕ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರು ಭಗವಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ರೆಸಿಪ್ರೋಕೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಭಗವಂತನ ಲೀಲೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಮರ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರದ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಗಳು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ಫುಲ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮಯೂರ್ ಪ್ರಭುಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ಭಗವಂತನಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ಗೆ ಕೋಪನೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಖುಷಿನೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕೋಪ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾರದ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್, ನಾನೇ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಕರ್ತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ಗೆ ಕೋಪ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ನನ್ ಮಗ ಇಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ನ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಭಗವಂತನ ಗ್ಲೋರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ಗೊಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಖುಷಿ ಪಡ್ತಾನಂತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯಾವಾಗೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದ್ರೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಯಾರು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಂತೆ ಯಾರು ದೇವೋತ್ತಮ ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷ ಅಂತ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಗುನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಆ ಮಗು ಕುಣಿತಾ ಕುಣಿತಾ ಬಂದು ದೇವೋತ್ತಮ ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾನೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಓಡೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಂತೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದ ಕರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನು ಜಾಮೂನ್ ಏನೋ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಗುಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಗುನೇ ಈ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರಿಗಿಂತ ಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತಮ ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ದೇವೋತ್ತಮ ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷ ಯಾರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಟಾಡ್ತಾ ಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದಿವ್ಯವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನಂದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ್ ಮಹಾರಾಜರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮರ್ಸಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮರ್ಸಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಾಕು, ಅದೇ ನಮಗೆ ಕರುಣೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಥಿಂಗ್. ನಮಗೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಹೇಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫರ್ಮ್ ಫೇತ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಏನು ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಭಕ್ತರ ಸಾಂಗತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವಿದ್ದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ದಿವ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನನ ನಾವು ಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ಒಂದು ಸಾರ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾರದ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಗಳು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೂ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಕರ್ತ ಭಗವಂತನೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಭು. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
Thank you so much, Matsuji. Wonderful service. All the people speaking Kannada will, thanks to you, are understanding the summary of all the day's classes. And you have the unique ability of translating Telugu, English, or anything to Kannada. That is beauty. Haribol. Prabhu, any other points?
Yeah. Okay. So for some time I was not there. Hope you
Okay.
also explained about the 84 lakhs, Prabhu, the
Ah.
division. Jalaja
No,
Navalakshane.
I did not discuss that, Prabhu.
No problem. No problem. I will share.
Uh,
So the Supreme Lord has created 84 lakhs of species. Why 84 lakhs of species means we have those many lakhs of desires. So then, according to the desires of the living entity, the Supreme Lord creates different bodies so that all the souls will enter into that body and fulfill the desires. If see 84 lakhs of species have been created, but one living entity has not fulfilled desires, he will enter into another body, thereby traveling, all the 84 lakhs of species, and thereby they are unable to attain the spiritual body. So that is another problem. But Lord has given a lot of solutions also. So here, the Jalaja here, those 84 lakhs have been divided like this. In the Padma Purana, it is stated, Jalaja Navalakshani Stavara Laksha Vamshati, Krimiya Rudra Sankhya, Pakshinam Dasalakshinam, then Trimshal Lakshan, Pashva Chatur Lakshanam Manushaha. So 9 lakhs of aquatics, 2 lakhs of plants, the 1 lakh 10 lakhs, 1 lakh 10,000 of insects, worms, reptiles, then another 10 lakhs of birds, and 3 lakhs of species of animals, and 4 lakhs of human beings. This way, 84 lakhs of species have been created. Here, Narada came to know that by the mercy of the Brahmaji only it is created, but now Brahmaji is going to reveal the actual secret that he is the second creator, and thereby they all come to know, and through them we all come to know that the Supreme Lord is the original creator. Though the nomenclatures, characteristics are different of various species, but the Lord is um, existing in the heart of all the living entities. In the ant heart, he is there. In the elephant heart, also he is there. The human heart, also he is there. He is giving a lot of directions, suggestions, guidelines, so that one day this living entity will attain the spiritual body and he will come to me. So that happens by the mercy of Guru. Guru Krishna Prasad by Bhakti Latha Bij. But one that Bij is given for the living entity, and he will not take another body. He will surely come back to the spiritual world. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for your time and dedication. So if you still have any questions, Rajnath Prabhu is still waiting to clear your questions. Any questions or comments, you're welcome.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam, Lakshmi
Prabhu,
Tamata.
I have a small doubt, Prabhu.
Yes, ma.
Prabhu, you were telling we'll be having pride, no, Prabhu. Like when anyone pleases us. So how to overcome that, Prabhu? And if anyone tells they're doing anything wrong, that time we'll get so much angry on them, Prabhu. So how would
Just
overcome that, Prabhu?
the last portion you said, you will get angry on whom you said? I mean,
So when anyone correct us, Prabhu, like they're
correct us.
doing wrong,
Yeah.
so we'll become so angry on them, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Um, that is very true. Very, very nice question you asked. Thank you, Mataji. Because that is so much a part of our being human, right? So we all think that if anyone corrects us, we take it very personal. Okay. So first and foremost, this happens, this can be removed. I'm making an attempt. Whenever you are in association of devotees and trying to hear from them, you are in the safe board. So normally we say, I want to become like him, I want to become like them. So then you actually have to serve that person. If you see somebody who doesn't have pride, even if you correct them, they are going to, they take it so nicely. How is it that they can take it so nicely? I am not able to. So you have to ask them, how is it that you are able to handle this corrections by in front of so many people also nicely? You have to humbly serve them, and by that they will definitely reveal. So most of the time we take it on the false ego platform, Mataji. That is why we get angry. Actually, after a day when you think peacefully, you will say, okay, what Prabhu was saying is correct. I just wanted to prove a point to my leader. That is why I got angry. We will normally get okay, but after 1 or 2 days. So sometime better to actually keep two things away. Okay. First is he's giving the correction. Let me focus on the correction, think whether correction is going to help me. Is it really he's doing this because he's showing mercy on me? That way, if you keep it, you will definitely appreciate. Then handle your portion of it. Prabhu, next time maybe tell separately, whatever, all that you can handle. But point is, most of the time, keep the change or whatever the leader is telling or others are telling, keep that first, understand only that portion of it. Then later, definitely you will appreciate that. Most important is association, and by serving devotees who you think don't have pride and handle things changes very nicely. Thank you, Mataji. I hope this was a help to you. And probably you can chip in case I've missed any point.
Yeah, that's fine. Only thing, there is no need to get angry.
Yeah.
It's a fundamental point.
Yes.
You need to see the actual service done, and if you can able to welcome
Yes.
your errors, mistakes of others,
Yes.
then it is corrected.
Perfect.
Otherwise, mistakes will be multiplied.
Yes.
Okay.
Hare Krishna
Okay.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Then Lakshmi Mataji.
Very nice pastimes of Panchatattva Acharyas Prabhuji. For the first time, I'm hearing this pastime, Prabhuji.
Okay.
And also how Lord will bring down one's own pride by teaching us lesson. And devotees having association of other devotees is very important.
Yes.
And how Lord will reveal Himself by giving us many examples. All these I got from your class, Prabhuji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
But remember, Lord did not, Lord ignored him, distanced him, but Lord did not give up on him. So that way, devotees are also so merciful. Despite our many mistakes, they'll always keep us together, ensuring that we are also growing along with every. Thank you, Mataji.
Sure, Prabhuji.
ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. Can we move to the announcements if there is no other points?